There's got to be another way. This traffic is ridiculous. Now, we just came about 4 kilometers from the house and it took us an hour to get back. Think about the time that you waste not being able to spend it with your family, not getting to the doctors on time.
What do you think causes the traffic?
It's the sheer amount of cars.
What do you think people should do about it? I mean, what do you think is the solution to less traffic?
There are places that are actually more congested than this, would you believe? In respect to the other vlog, I'm actually going to take the expressway. I need to get somewhere quickly. Need to get to Merville. 4th Estate to Merville on a bike would be the best choice. Yeah, so riding in the Philippines compared to the UK, as you can see, it's night and day. Now, right of way here means you follow that car behind you no matter what, and you don't try and break that line. As you can see how I'm just driving around. I mean, you've got all sorts. You've got people delivering ice on tricycles. You've got these Jeeps, they just basically pull over for anyone. Cars will just do what they can do to get past. There's no such thing as a lane, stick to the lane kind of idea. It's create your own lane, basically. Just go with the flow. So you're always on the edge. You're always sort of expecting someone to just stop for no reason in front of you. Like that. Look at that. I mean, he's just stopped there because he's picking up passengers. And you wonder why there's traffic. You wouldn't even ride a bike like I do here over in the UK, but you wouldn't ride like you would do in the UK over here because you just get into a whole load of shit. You know, you'd probably crash in the first 5 minutes. So yeah, so look at these people. They'll just walk across and you just inch and inch and inch, and the same principle applies for cars. I'll show you what it's like on the highway as well. There's no fast lane, there's no slow lane, it's just a different ball game altogether. So I mean, personally, that's why I think having a bike would be a really good choice. Put this baby in standard mode. Put it in standard mode so I can have a bit more acceleration. So yeah, just expect people to stop, people to just swerve in front of you, just how I'm doing. I know I shouldn't take the service road to Merville. It's like the wrong thing to do at this time. I just need to get there as soon as possible. This is kind of similar to the UK. I mean, this is what you would do in England. So you've got this crazy this crazy intersection where you've got this road, and then there's a service road on each side of the highway, and then an exit on each side of the highway. Both ways, both directions. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 junctions for this. So there's 2 crossroads on each side of the bridge. These guys do a good job, you know. When these guys aren't here, it's hell. These traffic dudes keep it, you know, stop it from bubbling over. Nice Vespa. Nice helmet. Oh, he's got a little Bluetooth thing. That's what Gaki was telling me about. I wonder if he came from Biker Box. Certainly looks like it. Motor Guzzi, KTM, Shark, Built Well, Bell on his t-shirt. Moto Morini. He is from Biker Box. European plate. Kind of. Yeah. I love those bikes. I'd love one of those little Vespas. See you later, little Vespa. Alright. Challenging situation, right? So getting onto exits. Alright, let me see if I can get to the front here and show you guys. So what these guys are doing now is that they're basically, as you can see, sticking up each other's arse, so no one can penetrate this. They've just come off the South Luzon Expressway going into Sucat. That's a horrible exit to come off. Being on a bike, I have the privilege of scooting round this, like so. And being on a big bike, I have the privilege of going on to the expressway above radar. I always feel like I'm getting in trouble when I go on the expressway. You'll see what it's like on the expressway in a second when I talk about no fast lanes, no slow lane. I'm gonna go all the way. And these ladies range from cheerful to pissed off. I'd be pissed off. Okay. Let me put this baby in A mode. Okay. So, the congestion on here is caused by two things. You've got the toll exits, which takes up a lane on the right, and then you've got the fact that there's no fast lane or slow lane, so you basically have a clogged, complete wall where it's holding back traffic. So in front of this truck, all of a sudden, it's clear that I need to go faster than these motherfuckers. It's hard to think while I'm on the expressway. That's why I haven't done many vlogs really. I haven't done many vlogs on a highway because it just takes so much of my mental energy. But just observe. Look how this guy just moves. That guy in front in his black Nissan. How he's having to like now stop between those two trucks. Now in England this would be the slow lane. I would have been undertaking. I have to watch out because the centre line of this looks greasy as fuck. It's a McDonald's floor. I've got my traction control on 1, I'm on A mode. And when I ride my bike, it's kind of hard to come out of that car mentality where, you know, my mind is where it is when it's driving a car. And I bet you, it's gonna clear up after this exit. I bet you there's a line here coming to this toll. And I bet you it's causing the fact that I'm slowing down all these 3 lanes. Can someone please explain to me why they have a red and blue light flashing there? Like it's supposed to mimic a police car or something that's pulled over. Does it? There you go, you see the line there. So now I bet you when we get around this bend, it's going to clear up. There you go, see? Nice and clear. So, I mean, if there's anything to say about traffic, I think it's safe to say it's not the amount of cars entirely. It's about how the roads are managed. And, you know, for any Filipinos watching this, I am also Filipino, by the way. For any Filipinos watching this, it's not new. You know, I'm not saying anything, you know, that's research breaking or anything like that. But, I mean, it would help. There you go. So he's just swerving like a motherfucker. Just go into your lane, go into whatever lane you want. These toll roads as well, I mean, being on a bike, there's no point like lining up. So we can just push in. I should have just gone in that one because there's no one in that one. In the far right. I've had to wash my bike every time I've come home for the last 3 days. Call me OC, but I just can't let my bike sit there for more than a day dirty. I mean, don't let Manila destroy your experience. In fact, being on a bike enhances the Manila experience. Thank you. I think it's up there where that guy went. This is my first time coming off here. I usually go straight on. Okay. I'm learning. So yeah, you just ride defensively. Oh, that's a one-way. Gotta go down here and do a U-turn. I mean, some of these, some of the road systems here as well just make you face palm. You know, like the fact that, you know, if you go to some malls, the fact that you have to go right round the mall in traffic and they've closed all major arteries off. Like as I was at SM North Edsa yesterday, the worst mall to go to on a bike or in a car. Everyone was inching. And I mean, I was lucky I was on a bike because I would have just been stuck. You know, you just think like the road, there's not enough road in Manila. There you go, that guy just looking out for himself. But now these guys have gone. You've got to really hope. You know, like watch this. These guys really have to just press out bit by bit by bit. There's no one here manning it, so you just have to go out, inch out into moving traffic. So it's basically a game of who's the bravest. So are you going to stop? No, I'm going to go. And then whoever backs out loses. Just like that. And if you lose, you got to count like 10 cars again, or even more sometimes, because they'll all just come. My sister came to the Philippines, and when she was in the car at that intersection back in Sucat, you know, where 10 connections were, she had to literally like put her, you know, hands over her face so she couldn't see. I feel like every time I'm at a start like this, you know, everyone's just like waiting to race. So what I'm focusing on now is that truck moving out, or that guy saying we can go. You know, there's no other reference, there's no like give way or anything. So here we go, he's moved out. So go. This goes all the way to where I came from in Sucat, and if I was on a bike that wasn't allowed on the expressway, I'd have to be on this road the entire way. As you can see, my average speed here is about 30, 25. So I thought I'd give you guys a little exposure to what it's like riding in the Philippines on a bike. I might not be hitting all the points here, but you know, oh yeah, I mean, it's warm. It's really warm. I mean, I've got a jacket on, but it's no problem because once you get moving. So my biggest fear really when I ride a bike is someone just coming on my side of the road in my, you know, straight head-on collision because, you know, someone was texting or they weren't looking. And I've seen those videos on YouTube. Like, it was just a car that came and swerved the other direction. Guys on these little bikes, not all of them, but I see a lot of people doing some crazy shit when going through traffic. I wonder how much motorcycle training they've had. That's a good idea, actually. I mean, if someone decided to, you know, give people more training, you know, back to the management of traffic, and it's not the quantity of cars and, you know, the roads and everything like that. It's more like if everyone just knew how to give way, which is kind of unfair, you know, someone from England, because that's my perception, but if everyone just knew how to give way, then, you know, there would be more flow. There wouldn't be this trickle of constipation. So this is C5 extension, I believe. Anyway, this goes back to Sukat if you follow it all the way. It goes past the end of the airport, takes me back. So I mean, I might take this road back home actually. Someone to just pull out. Come on, pull out in front of me. Yeah, there you go. Get in my way. Come on. So, you know, you just have to expect those things. Or someone just walking in the road, not on the sidewalk. Speed bumps are quite high as well. They don't really have a standard height. So you kind of just have to go over it really carefully. There's one really pointy one in my village, which I have tapped my system underneath a few times. So yeah, I'm about to surrender my license. What the fuck is that guy doing? Fucking hell. He's just gonna put it into reverse. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what it looks like to enter these villages. Sometimes they call the resident just to check if you're really going in and seeing who you say you're seeing. I mean, it's quite safe. I mean, I like the idea. You can't really compare that to the UK as well. I mean, you've got such big disparities here. So, you know, you're very blessed if you can live in a community like this, because I've seen people here with very difficult livelihoods. And they persevere, which really speaks a lot to myself as well. You've got to push through. I mean, I complain about things and then I realise, well, God, I mean, someone's got it worse than me. Yeah, so, you know, being in the Philippines just makes you constantly thankful for what you have. You know, there's always someone much more worse off than you. There's a little bar called Nomads, or a club actually, where a lot of expats hang out, or used to hang out. It's English as well, actually. Oh yeah, and back to style of driving and how people drive. In these villages, it's a different world, you know. Usually obey the rules. Oh, fuck, I've still got this in A mode. Fuck. Yeah, when this is in A mode, it's just so angry. Goodness me. God, let me change this thing. Okay, B. For now. For now, till I get on the highway. Oh, there's some beagles. Hello, beagles. I never see, well, it's not that I never see, but I hardly see. It's a rare sight when you see the owner themselves walking the dog. And when you do, it's usually like in Fort Bonifacio or something. Then when you're in the mall. Fort Bonifacio is an outdoor mall, like a I know, yeah, strip. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to get back. But I have learned a few things about this GoPro. I should just leave this thing recording all the time, because I used to stop, start, record, and it actually drained the battery more because the screen was constantly on. You know, it doesn't have any time to turn off and keep going. So I just turn it off. I mean, I just leave it recording, and then it just turns off. The screen turns off, and you can just keep speaking, and it saves a lot of power. I mean, the memory card actually ran out before the battery did, which reminds me I need to get a memory card. Another one, if I'm going to be filming in this way, which means you're going to get a lot more interesting footage. What else can I tell you about the Philippines? Well, if you've not been here before, almost everybody speaks English, or understands it at least. It's not new. It's not news that this place is the call center capital of the world. I just pray that I get home without getting soaked. It's getting grey out there, and I just don't want to wash my bike again immediately after every run. Thought that guy was going to push in front of me then. He's going to get mad. But I can't talk. I fucking, you know, push in all the time. Toll gates, security, checkpoints, or entrance and exits of villages. Okay, get this thing back in standard mode at least. Right, which is the best way home? Can't be bothered to go on the toll road again. I wish there was a skyway entrance here. I'd take that immediately. Yeah, so everyone speaks English, or most people speak it, and almost everyone understands it. So it's a really nice place to visit if you're coming to Southeast Asia for the first time. You know, it's not like you go into Vietnam or anything. Right, let's just do it for comparison, what it's like to go on the service road. Okay, it might be a good day. So you've seen me come down the expressway. I don't know how long that took me. Minutes, like 2-3 minutes, I don't know. Time just disappears. Well, it's quite a clear service road at the moment. I think this is East Service Road or West, I think this is west because Manila Bay is that side, and that's on the west side of Manila. So this is West Service Road. That's La Suerte, my dad used to work there. And you can see it's not that bad. It can be worse. Today it's not bad, but it can be worse. I also wanted to talk about, you know, freedom, you know, and what it's like living in the Philippines. And you know, compared to the UK, I didn't really have much time. I was always at work. I was always, you know, looking forward to the weekend. You know, I was like, oh, thank God it's Friday. And, you know, I realized I just had to do something about the Monday to Friday routine. You know, money isn't the most important thing. I mean, you've got to understand what's more important to you, to be honest. You know, is it money? Because that is fine. You know, having money and having a goal, providing for your family, that's a noble goal. There's no reason why you can't do that. Why you shouldn't do that. But at the same time, when you make enough, you think, well, how much do I actually need? And okay, this is where the service road gets bad. This is where you don't want to be in a car. Yeah, and then you realize, you know, do I have enough to live the life I'd like to live? Are there other ways that I can make money? Is the UK the only way to... Fucking hell. Is the UK the only way to make money? Is it the best? By the way, this is fucking crazy. If you're in a car, you are fucked. Completely, you can't do shit. Try doing a 3-point turn in this situation. Sometimes both lanes are like this. Let's see what the cause is. It's probably the intersection. Do I just fucking turn around? Okay, I don't think I can do that. I can't move. I feel like a dick now. There's like all these bikers behind me. They're like, fucking move, fucking move. this is going to be something I'm going to have to try. Ah. Can't. I am literally like on an edge. Maybe that's why I should take the highway. And maybe that's why this road is more suited for smaller bikes. Fair point, right? I'm gonna try and fucking just go down here. So what's causing this is that there's a junction, just like the junction at Sukat, that pretty much doesn't move. It's a proper like training school for bikes, this. You know, can you ride your bike down this groove? So you can see, guys, why I ride a bike, or try and be on a bike all the time, as much as I can, because I value time. Nice little segue back into that topic of what's more important. Because the average person in Manila, I've read, spends about 4 months a year in traffic, and by this example here, this is not a rare occurrence, by the way. This is a fact of life in the Philippines, in Manila, not in the Philippines. The Philippines has quite a lot of beautiful places, which I am looking forward to showing you. Now that side of the road looks free, so I'm gonna go and do that now. And when one car comes, the flash flood of cars arrive. Would I have got home quicker on the expressway? Maybe. You know, I might just do that. Alright guys, just fucking take up this side of the road. A lot of those car owners probably wondering what the... I'm taking the expressway. Based on that experience, because I would have had to go in the opposite direction. There's the guy. Cute. Oh, and it's clear. Let's put it in A mode. Let's put it in aggressive, angry mode. You can see this service road is pretty much the same story. Again, guys, I can't really speak that much when I'm on this road. By the way, note that vehicle. I mean, you got to worry about whether some cars are roadworthy, right? So my impressions are, if you're going to ride a bike on the highway, you've got to be able to get past the cars, because riding slower than the cars, it's a lot more dangerous. You know, to have cars whizzing past you, you know, it's better to be known. You know, make your presence known, compared to them like going, oh shit, there's a bike, and then try and swerve, you know. So you gotta basically go faster. Fucking thought I lost my ticket, but yeah. I feel like just stopping off in Biker Box, but damn, they're closed. I've got to get to Moa, and they're closed tomorrow. So that's why. Thank you. Also on a bike. You get more stuff done. In Manila. I keep on saying the Philippines. Philippines is not Manila, but the average person gets about 1 or 2 things done a day, based on their time management skills and stuff. And the rest is surrendered into traffic problems. So I gotta get back home, get a shower. What fucking time is it? 6:17. I gotta be at Moa in 40 minutes. So what time did I leave home? Oh, you know, I don't want to speak too soon. I might make it home before I get drenched. This guy doesn't even look when he gets off the Jeep. You see that?